Internet has it. It's the beginning of November, so let's do an October recap of all the books I finished in October. First one we're going to talk about is The Heroes by Joe Abercrombie. You might guess, with the name like The Heroes, there's a lot of heroes involved in this story. You'd be wrong. Heroes is actually a plot of land that the Northmen and the Union are fighting over, and it's a 3-day battle. So, as expected, the characterization of our main POV characters is supreme. It's Joe Abercrombie, of course. This book is a standalone, but if you haven't read any of the first law, you could really get lost just with the amount of characters that are involved within this story. Fantastic job of describing both the physical and mental hardships that come from fighting in war. We really just have a bunch of people trying to do the next right thing. And when it comes to battle scenes and action sequences, you know, there might only be two people. You got Joe Abercrombie and John Gwynne. And I don't think anyone else does it like they do. Speaking of John Gwynne, we have A Time of Courage, which is the third and final book in his Of Blood and Bones series. Now I'm going to start by saying this book is very good. Does it reach that level of just raw emotional gut punch that the first series did? No. Now, that's not saying that this book is bad in any means. It was fantastic. And the series in general was really dark compared to that other one. And it's a final recap of that first series and 100 years of war, and then this one comes in and just... So one of my biggest concerns when jumping into this series was the character development and, you know, loving these characters as much as I did his original series. I don't have to worry about that anymore. He did a really good job. And he also did a really good job of killing them. This book was awesome. The series was awesome. You know, I think the last 25% of the book is like the whole final battle. There's some really good payoffs. Yeah, highly recommend John Gwynne. And then we're going to switch it up a little bit from the high fantasy world, and we're going to do a little bit non-fiction. That was one of my goals this year, was to read more. And so I picked up Endurance by Alfred Lansing. Should have known that. So really, this is just a survival story, and it really highlights the power that human beings can have when facing difficult challenges, and the resilience and the courage that it takes to get through those challenges. So Ernest Shackleton is leading this expedition, early 1900s, around World War I times, and they're going over the Antarctic. So their ship, the Endurance, gets stuck in the ice, and now they have to abandon ship, and they're stuck on this pack ice. Pretty soon they realize they're not going to be able to do this. They're running low on food, it's freezing cold, and yeah, it kind of reminded me of Balto, but not really at all. It's just the fact that they had sled dogs, but in Balto they live and get the medicine for the kids, and in this they had to eat them. So, not really the same. Do they make it? I don't know. Some of them must have had who, right? Because this book actually comes from accounts from their own personal diaries. So pick it up, read it. It's really exciting. It doesn't read like a normal nonfiction book to me anyway. But yeah. And with that, remember, what's better than 1 cup of coffee? 2 cups. Peace.